What's up YouTube? Welcome back to another video on my channel Skotrix, and today as you can see we are back on NBA 2K21 for another build guide video. And in today's video I'm going to be showing y'all how to build the best Trae Young build in NBA 2K21 next gen. This build gets a 95 mid-range, 3-pointer, ball handle, speed with ball, perimeter defense, speed, acceleration, stamina. All of that gets to 95 overall. This is a really good all-around build, and it just might be the best point guard build in the entire game. So without any further ado, let's get into it here. Alright, so in this first screen, nothing really matters too much. The only thing that's important is you want the position to be a point guard, the hand, jersey number, name, none of that matters. You can set that up however you want, then go ahead and click continue. Now for the second screen right here, for the body settings, for the height, first of all, you want to go down to 6'2". Now this is a little bit short, but don't worry about it. You're going to get quite a few defense badges, so you should be able to guard pretty much any other guard in the game. Even at 6'2", plus you're going to be so much faster than every other guard in the game since you have maxed out speed, maxed out acceleration, maxed out speed with ball. You're going to be so quick, so your speed will more than make up for your slight lack of height right here for this build. So 6'2" is where you want to be right here. Now for the weight, you just want to go down a few pounds right here to 186 right here, 186 pounds. That's the perfect sweet spot for this build. The reason you go to 186 is so that you can get that 95 speed. You can see it just goes down to 95, and you don't want to go any lower because then you start losing other stats, and there's really no point in going any lower. So 186, perfect weight right there. And then for the wingspan right here, you just want to go up one to 6'8" on the wingspan. You really don't lose anything by upgrading this by one, nothing important at least, so it's really worth doing just so you get that extra inch to contest shots and just be a little bit longer on the court. So 6'8" wingspan, 186 pounds, and 6'2". And then for the body shape, this doesn't matter. You can pick whichever one you want. It won't affect the attributes for the build at all. It only affects how the build looks. I'm going to take compact for this build, but again, you could take whichever one you want. Whichever one you like the look of the best, that's the one you could take right there. Then go ahead and click continue. Now for the attribute and badge breakdown for this build, first off, you're going to completely skip finishing. You don't need to upgrade anything in finishing. This is going to be mostly an outside build, and everybody in this game has a 95 driving dunk or a 95 driving layup, so you don't really want to be like everybody else, or at least I don't want to be like everybody else where I have the exact same build. So I'm making this build a little bit different where it's going to have a lot more playmaking and a lot more shooting as well as defense and physicals at the expense of some finishing, so that it's not like every other build in the game, but it still is really good. And if you do want a build that has a lot of finishing, I'll put a link up in the top corner right now to my Luka Doncic build, which is similar to this build, but it's a little bit taller and it has more finishing. But for right now, for this build, for the Trae Young build, you're going to go straight down to shooting. You want to max out your mid-range, 3-point, and then just bring your free throw up right here to a 63, so that you get 20 shooting badges. That's going to be more than enough. You can see you can get every single badge on Hall of Fame except for Ice and Veins, which doesn't really matter, but every useful shooting badge you have on Hall of Fame right there, and 20 shooting badges with 95 3-pointer, you're never going to miss. 100% you're never going to miss. You're going to be greening every single shot everywhere on the court, no matter where you're shooting from. So you really don't need any more shooting badges than that. You can save them for playmaking right here. So you want to go down to playmaking. You want to move your pass accuracy up to a 94, which is one below max right there. Then you want to max out your ball handle, max out your speed with ball, and you can see that gives you 30 playmaking badges, which is insane. And you can get every single badge on Hall of Fame: dimer, floor general, handles for days, unpluckable, quick first step, everything. You can get every single badge on Hall of Fame. So this is really like the best ISO build in the game. If you're looking for an ISO build, this is definitely the build for you. You're going to be unstoppable with your 95 speed with ball, 95 ball handle, and all those badges. You're going to be unstoppable for sure. And now onto the defense right here. First, for defense, you want to max out your perimeter defense, which gives you Hall of Fame clamps and Hall of Fame pick dodger. So like I said, even though your height is a little bit shorter than some other guards, you really shouldn't have any problem playing defense when you have those badges on Hall of Fame. And you can also get your rebound, your defensive rebound, all the way up to max right there. And then you just want to move your offensive rebound up to a 69 right here. Just for those extra badges. You can see that gives you 10 defense badges, which will be more than enough to guard any guard build in this game. You're going to be a lockdown defender. Even though you're only 6'2", you'll be a lockdown defender with this build, especially since you have Hall of Fame clamps, which is going to be really good, along with your 95 perimeter defense. But then once you have your defense looking like this, you can go down to your physicals right here. You want to max out speed, acceleration, and your stamina, just like that. And you can see you have one more attribute point remaining. So what I'm going to do with this is just go up to block and put my block up to a 30 right there. It doesn't give any extra badges. There is no way that you can really get any more badges. You can see even if you take this away, you can't upgrade anything in shooting. Not really any point upgrading anything in finishing from like a 25 to a 27. There's really no difference. So you can't get any extra badges. You might as well just put it into the block right here. And yeah, there you go. That is how you distribute all the attributes. You can see you have so many 95: stamina, speed, defense, playmaking, shooting, everything's at 95, and you have so many badges as well. So once your attributes are looking like this, go ahead and click continue. Now for the takeover right here, obviously some personal preference. Depending on your play style, you may want to take different ones than me, but I will just show you all the takeovers you have access to. You have access to all 3 of the shot creating takeovers, both of the sharpshooting takeovers, all the playmaking takeovers, and all the lockdowns, which are really all the best ones for a guard. Obviously you can't get the slasher ones because this isn't much of a slashing build, but the way that I'm going to set up the takeovers for this build is I'll show you just a little way that you could do it if you want to do it. You could upgrade this one right here, or sorry, set this one right here as your primary one, team takeover boost. And what that'll do is if you're playing with a big man or something, you could take this one as your primary, save up to get it, activate it, and then they'll save up for team takeover to get you your other takeover, which will be a lot faster than you saving up for both. Plus then they'll get both as well, obviously, since they'll get team takeover. So you could do that. You could pick this one as your primary, and then whichever other one you want, maybe like limitless range, as your secondary. But I'm not going to do that. That's something you could do if you want to. Just know that the options there, that works really good, especially in 3s and 2s, but also in the pro-am and rec, because you could get your teammates to save for team takeover in there, which is really helpful. So you could do that. But what I'm going to do for this build is just take limitless range as my primary takeover and ankle breaking shots as my secondary takeover, so that I could really be like Trae Young, taking ankles and just greening from anywhere on the court, literally anywhere. So then once you have those takeovers, or whichever takeovers you want for your build, you can go ahead and finish right here. And as you can see, playmaking shot creator, shades of John Stockton, Kemba Walker, and Fred VanVleet. But this build really does play like Trae Young. It's a really good build. And now I will show you the final attributes and how to put on the badges for this build. Here's the final attributes. If you want to pause and screenshot this, you can, but I'm going to get right into the badges right here. Obviously no finishing badges, so you can go straight into shooting right here. And for shooting, the badges that I would recommend you get is deep threes on Hall of Fame, hot zone hunter on Hall of Fame, hot shot on Hall of Fame. And then with these last ones, you got some personal preference. Obviously, if you want to be shooting some fadeaways or something, you could take difficult shots and circus threes. Another good one if you're going to be playing 2s and just ISOing the whole game is maybe tireless shooter. Another good one would be Deadeye if you think that you're going to be shooting some more contested shots. And corner specialist is also really good, so you could take any combination of those right there. But how I'm going to set it up for my playstyle is Deadeye on gold, corner specialist on silver, and tireless shooter on gold, just like that. That's how I'm going to set up the shooting badges. But again, you may change it a little bit depending on your play style and what you find is the best, but this is how I'm going to confirm it right here. Now for playmaking right here, obviously a ton of playmaking badges on this build. So what I'm going to do first off is upgrade ankle breaker all the way to Hall of Fame, so you can take all those ankles, especially if you took the ankle breaker takeover or the ankle breaker shot creator takeover, then you're definitely going to want this badge. Then also unpluckable, I'm going to upgrade to Hall of Fame. Handles for days, I'm going to get to Hall of Fame. Quick first step, same thing, get that up to Hall of Fame. Then I'm going to get Dimer and Floor General just to help my teammates out, get both of those on Hall of Fame. You don't have to get those if you want, if you don't want to. If you want to just be selfish and get all your playmaking badges for yourself, feel free to do that, but I'm going to get those two so I can help out my teammates as well. And then I'll invest my last few right here into Bronze Space Creator, Bronze Tight Handles, just so you can get all those animations. You may want to upgrade Space Creator higher too if you're not going to put Dimer and Floor General up, but Bronze is good enough for me. Then I'm also going to put Needle Threader onto Bronze, Bullet Passer onto Bronze, Relay Passer onto Bronze, and then Special Delivery onto Bronze, which is basically like Flashy Passer last year, but it gives a boost to both the passer and the receiver, as you can see, only if the shot goes in, as you can see in the description below. So just getting that on Bronze will be good enough for me for this build. This is how I'm going to set up the playmaking badges. Obviously you have a ton of playmaking badges, and you could set it up however you want depending on your play style, but this is just my recommendations. Go ahead and confirm that. Now for defense right here, I recommend getting Clamps all the way up to Hall of Fame. Also getting Pick Dodger all the way up to Hall of Fame, and then I'm going to put Tireless Defender onto Silver right here, so if you're chasing somebody around on defense, you don't run out of all your stamina right away. And yeah, you should have no problem playing defense with these badges right here. Go ahead and confirm that. And there you guys go. That is how you build the best Trae Young build in NBA 2K21 Next Gen. Hopefully you guys enjoy. If you did, make sure you like, subscribe to my channel if you're new. I upload daily NBA 2K21 content, build guides, jump shots, tips and tricks, all that. And I also stream on Twitch. My Twitch link will be down in the description. Make sure you go follow me over there. But anyways, that's going to be it. All right. Peace.